actually.
Matchups for the Weaver. They banned away the Mars.
Oh.
Okay, they're gonna go. They're gonna reveal their carry first. I was gonna say it's for Navi. I don't think Tide is too bad. Underlords always welcome against Luna. I kind of like Tide against Bane Kunkka, even though X you can't do anything about that. The Tide doesn't mind sitting in that frontline position in the first place. And then obviously Bane can't really do anything against Tide Hunter. And it's good combo with Weaver.
If you want to win the lane, I would like Axe for Navi.
Ooh, okay.
Only problem with Tide is the lane might be hard versus Luna.
Yeah.
Why reveal the Luna this early though? And reveal
Highly
like
contested hero, it looks like.
right.
I don't see another reason because they just saw 2 supports and they picked Luna, right? And we can assume this Kunkka's a core.
Yep.
So
I can
why
see
they
the
didn't pick their pos 4 there, I don't see a reason other than they think this Luna is like the hero of the series or something, right?
Right,
And they
okay.
want to get their hands on it.
Yeah, I could see a world where they look at like Weaver, Silencer, like 2 ranged supports. Like Luna would make that lane pretty hard to win.
Sand King.
He's been doing this a bit with General.
This is like a comfort hero for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that hero as well is not like a hard counter to Luna by any means.
But they're usually pretty bad because the early levels you lose the lane, right?
Yeah, especially with a Bane in the lane. Weaver is very strong though. Good damage for Coil.
Yep.
For the combo. It
Maybe
has some synergy.
Maybe this is another reason they picked the Luna. Maybe they were already thinking about Rubik. And they wanted more heroes to get revealed to make it like an even
That's
better
definitely
Rubik
like a
game.
Rubik player call, you know.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You know, the Weaver's good now, but maybe they'll pick a Sand
I
King.
want to be able to like have Shikuchi and Burrow Strike.
So
you
just
know?
just
like
pick your carry, please. Now, just make it blind for me. What do you want to play? Luna, I guess, or Gyro. What are my 2 options again?
That's how you can tell the hierarchy in the team as well, because 7 Jess is the newest addition, obviously, so Bignum bullies him. Bignum is a 100% Rubik player. If you guys remember, when he was on Navi, actually, when he first got revealed, Rubik was the hero he played, pretty much. It was a good Rubik game, as you said.
Very good Rubik game. Mainly the Weaver and Sand King are going to look for Burrow Strike and Sakuchi this game. Could make some sick plays.
The ban of the PA or sub might indicate Kunkka offlane, but it's kind of open here, so Navi has to be wary of that, potentially. Maybe they just want to force Kunkka offlane.
thought they were gonna get a little run at you, maybe go like Razor or something, but
Razor's banned, so maybe that.
Yeah, first phase.
oh, first phase. There's so many carries banned towards the end. I was looking at what's left.
I like. We saw a little bit of Underlord from
Yeah.
some teams.
In Western
as
Europe,
well.
Amar, OG's playing it.
Yep.
I'd
I like
love
it a
to
lot.
see Underlord, yeah.
It looks pretty good here.
That was very
The
good.
root is really good versus 4 heroes actually this
Yep.
game.
Silence doesn't affect him too much because you set up in a mouse beforehand.
I don't want
Yeah.
Kunkka offlane though. I really don't. just put it mid.
Are you? Is it because you dislike Kunkka offlane or because you dislike what you saw last game?
I don't think it's very good versus PL, and
Alright.
also from what I saw last game. Right,
Let's
so-
be honest, yeah.
Because like, what's a better hero they could put mid? Maybe Ember. Is that in the pool?
Yeah, it is.
Ember's fine.
Ember's good too.
It's okay versus Puck. I mean, Ember in general, like, yeah, the leash locks you down, but a lot of Embers get like that Flame Guard talent, so they get a Yules. They can actually end up surviving the combo.
He's better than Void Spirit in that regard.
Yeah, he does survive better than Void Spirit. But Void Spirit's better at killing Puck too, so depends on what they're looking for here. But Void Spirit I don't think is very good versus PL. That's why I suggest the Ember, the Underlord, maybe a Darkseer, but they don't really have a great Darkseer lineup.
Yeah, Pango's an anti-PL hero, bad versus the rest. Silencer Puck especially.
Yeah,
Centaur's a lane partner with Rubik that pressures PL well, but
that doesn't really scale.
it doesn't scale.
Not the worst pick though. I wouldn't be too sad with that.
I got nothing else. Those sound like my top picks right there, top 3.
It's gonna be Underlord.
That's the best option for
I
sure.
love when we debate this for like 50 seconds, and the first thing we said was just the correct one all along.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a really solid pickup, honestly. I think it's a pretty good game.
I mean, it's very hard for Puck Sand King to play around Pit of Malice. It's very annoying for
Weaver
them.
too.
But do you think FN has the right hero to carry the team?
It's true. I didn't think about that.
Like, sometimes you look at heroes objectively, but sometimes you can't be objective, you know?
You have to think about the players, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think, Fear? You think FN can carry this game with a Kunkka?
Yeah.
He'll build Armlet, that's for sure.
If he goes right-click damage, maybe haven't seen the Radiance Kunkka in a minute, but you know, some Armlet Radiance, some really greedy style. I think he should have a fine lane versus Puck too.
Okay.
So
I like Mind Games lineup a bit more. That's for sure. I'm gonna rely on Petrushara here.
Okay, all right. For the last time today, my panel will be will believe in Mind Games. Will they be correct, or will they become Navi believers or Navi leavers by the end of this matchup? We're gonna have to see as we go into the game with Lyrical and lizZard.
Thank you, Avo, and the wonderful panel there. We are indeed getting ready to go into this game at number 3. I like the very judicious use of, like, we're going to believe in Mind Games, not say the other side of that, which is maybe a little bit more questioning of Navi. We'll leave it for the game itself. But lizZard, we were talking about what this last pick could be, and you said you really like the Underlord. The panel agrees. Anything else that you're seeing in the draft that's popping out to you?
Well, Rubik is kind of fine too. Yes, you are playing versus a Silencer, but you have this Weaver that you can snatch. The lane itself should be quite alright with the Underlord versus PL. Vtune is not gonna have a nice game. Like, when I'm looking at this PL, I'm not liking his chances playing into two heroes that can itemize completely against him in different ways. That's the Underlord and that's the Kunkka, right? So you'll get something like I don't know, Shivas, you'll get something like a Radiance, you're probably going to get something like a Crimson from one of them as well. And then PL hits like a kitten later on. So there is a lot to do and a lot of damage to dish out for no one in that mid game.
It's something that I am curious about, though, because I think in the past, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I remember people talking about PL being a good answer for Luna in like a strictly like 1v1 matchup kind of. Does that still hold true? Like, is there anything that you can sort of rely on there, or is it just too big of an issue with like the potential that Kunkka and Underlord have together to make it work?
I think if it was true, we would be seeing more PL.
Okay.
Right now.
Gotcha.
Because Luna is picked all the time.
Yeah.
Right. I think the hero farms faster, is harder to punish in the laning stage, has a more natural build-up at the moment, but we'll see. Navi made it definitely work last time. Maybe they can make this PL work as well.
Yeah, I think the point about you make about the farming in particular is something that's going to be really evident how Vtune does early on if he has a decent lane, because Jesu's going to be able to catch back up in the jungle later on if things go a little bit awry, and they probably shouldn't because he's got freaking Bane as the partner. Granted, it's against General Aloha Dance on this Weaver Sand King combo, but still, this is a lot of harassment and laning strength.
It is. They did start with only one sentry, though. Well, one actually is planted already. It's blocking, I believe, the hard camp. That's something that they did nicely. It's blocking it versus the Sand King, which is pretty damn a must. But a Weaver, damn, he's dropping low already. He might have to Sukuchi here, even like.
Yeah, he wants to connect it over and make sure that he can get to the wave in time, and will be able to. But still, hard to come and contest this, and instead it's going to kind of be like General versus him 1v1. Courier going down. Oof. Okay. Slayer having a good start.
Just a bonus, I guess. Aloha Dance was a little bit too busy with scouting out what Luna is doing, trying to prevent her from getting all the last hits, and also denying the creeps. Yeah, I think once you hit level 3 on Weaver and Sand King, the lane becomes a little bit scarier for the Luna, but right now Slayer is the boss. Like, he is the one controlling it.
Yeah, trying to do what he can there as that pull is getting off. But this is one of the dangers as well, is General having a big creep wave, and Caustic Finale. He's going to be able to clear through this one very rapidly, and 7 Jesters has to farm underneath the tower on this Luna. And as you mentioned, with limited regen at the moment, Slayer's going to have to bring over some tangos, but very frustrating, I'm sure, to have to deal with this. And down bottom, taking a look at this lane, we've seen already Underlord off to a decent start. PL also getting a perfectly fine amount. It's mainly mid, I guess, where there's a little bit of a difference in terms of XP, kind of. Oh, they've caught back up on the puck. No one was a little bit behind, and now starting to get a couple of denies on the range creeps. But FN was half a level ahead, no longer. First blood.
First blood. Yep.
And Jesu tries to back out. General looking to try and finish him off. Can go for some caustic hits, but wasn't quite in range for the damage. And no points in Sandstorm. Do they have enough to kill off General? No.
He's got a skill point, right? He's level 3. So he can actually just get Sandstorm if needed. I think he's just waiting to see what's the best for the lane. He gets level 2 Burrow Strike, actually.
Okay.
I'm surprised that they attempted a kill on top lane before level 3 on Weaver, because whatever you get, like put your level 2 the Swarm, it just, or even Gemnet attack, it just gives you that extra buff that you need to get a kill on a Luna. It doesn't look like an easy Luna lane.
No, particularly with that like limited range. Has been able to get a couple of denies in there as well, but certainly not the easiest in the world. General also threatening Slayer there. You can see pulling the creep wave in, and you know, if he gets a little bit too close, Caustic is a quick blow up, and Aloha Dance manages to find that courier back behind the tower. Luna not getting items.
He's going to make some stacks as well on the Rubik. Meanwhile, Aloha Dance is just fighting this game in which he needs to devour the sentries all the time, and like he needs to make this hard camp work for them. But Slayer is on point, defending it, blocking it all the time.
Yeah.
Bottom lane solo, looking low.
Pops that salve, has a firestorm. Petishara wants to use it, pull back in. A couple more punches, and no even need for the firestorm. They just get the kill. Well played.
Very nice blocks there, and very nice understanding that they don't need firestorm. Like, so many players would use it to break that salve, right?
Yeah.
But now they have that as well for the lane. And I believe this is a lane in which Vitune will not feel very comfortable very soon.
I mean, you're also seeing as well, a little bit of a chase down, misses on the bugs, but FN still in some trouble. Could try and bottle it up. Not going to happen. I mean, as much as that's nice for them, I'm just looking at the triangle right now, and I'm seeing a 3-stack of Ancients, a 3-stack of this hard camp, and either Kunkka or Luna's going to come and deal with that, and that is a huge injection of gold.
Yeah, ideally you would give that to the Luna, but if Kunkka is struggling a little bit, then sure, why not? Let him leave at least the hard camp. Luna can farm through the jungle anyway. So far, that's a really nice rotation from Navi. Slowing down the Kunkka a little bit, giving some space to no one, who's going to scout out the stacks. He did the same thing with Storm Spirit in the last game, remember? Like, he's really good at reading this. Actually rotating bottom.
Okay. Don't know if he caught sight of those as he was passing by. There's also a little bit of action going on over here to the side. Aloha Dance gets brought down low. Brain Sap. Oh, not off cooldown yet. And instead,
Slayer.
now with bugs on him, Slayer is in trouble. And Jess is like, oh, I got to hit creep. Sorry. Can't help you. My bad. Kill out of Petishara bottom. Slayer living a little bit longer. Won't be long enough.
Interesting that they managed to kill off Underlord, considering there was that observer ward that completely scouted out no one's rotation, right?
Yeah.
Like, he moved straight through it. Not sure if the TP was on cooldown or something. I think Underlord's best play was to just TP to the tier 1 tower. There's no stuns between PL and Silencer. They decided to stick around and paid with his life in the end.
A nice rotation for the kill, 3-2. No one also able to sneak away those bounty runes. And in the meantime, losing those couple of heroes doesn't feel like the worst thing in the world, but Navi are definitely playing this the way that they need to get out to a hot start.
Yeah, helping out all the lanes that actually needed help. First the 2 rotations from supports towards the mid lane, right? And then no one's rotation bottom. It's so important that you realize what your weaknesses are and to try and amend them in the laning stage. Even just to slow down the progression from Underlord a little bit. It buys you a little bit of an extra time, gives you an extra buff on puck, that gold influx that is, and helps you out in the mid game.
Again, I will say this is a lot of gold that's sitting here ready to get picked up, and you can see Luna passing through the jungle, clearing out these camps. There's been a lot of emphasis on stacking by both Bignum as well as Sioma the Slayer. And, you know, this is also giving space now to the supports to get levels themselves in the lane. And there isn't really that much punish going on. They try and make this move now. Aloha Dance heads on over. General. Underneath there, they find Aloha Dance. Going to pull him back into the boat. Gets the kill.
They get a nice kill. General at the same time is stealing, well, not all of the stacks. It seems like he left one big creep. But he did get some gold. No one. Is there X?
Oh, FN's going to back out. Realizing can't cross that river that easily.
Yeah, that wasn't a kill. Puck has Arcane Rune as well, so you actually have to be careful that you're not the one that he goes on. And so far, pretty calm game. Very similar. Like, these two teams understand exactly how they play and what stacks they're making, and you can see the invasion pretty much like the same like in game 2, right?
Yeah, I can see that. They're gonna make another move now. No one hoping to find a pick off, but will not be able to connect. And I think that a ping also scouts out that there is a ward there. So Mind Games anticipating that that's where the rest of Navi are at. And Slayer actually farming underneath the tier 2 tower now as they brought everybody over here. But still, Mind Games finding farm on the map for themselves. Kunkka's down in the Radiant jungle. You've got Underlord, Petishara, who's cutting waves. And likewise, the PL trying to get in towards his first item, rushing that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, with the Diffusal, I don't think that changes a lot because Puck, ulti, Slayer just walks out. Alright, there was no follow-up.
Easy.
Nice bait. I think
FN. Yeah, he's caught him. That's a dead solo. As they're going to run him down. A couple more punches is all that they need. And will be able to secure that kill. General, though, moves over to try and contest this. And we'll get some decent damage while Bane dies on the other side of the map.
This time without Dream Coil needed. They get the Bane. He was trying to be a little bit too cocky there, moving in where he knows that Puck and Weaver are. General's rotation towards the bottom lane wasn't really to kill the Underlord, but to protect the tier 1 a little bit longer. And they're doing a fine job at that. Also forcing Petishara towards mid. They have the Carti now on the mid lane, but I'm just not sure it's a tower that you can take that easily.
Right. Yeah, unlikely. While this is happening, ooh, Fiend's Grip, Solo's caught, and FN right there behind him. Gonna chase, going to kill. And at the same time, Vincere picked up the Possessed Mask with the Mask of Madness and cleared through that giant Ancient stack. So a really nice pickup there, and now gonna try and just farm out through the bottom lane, the top net worth in the game. And as you mentioned, Petishara in towards mid. They're gonna throw out the bugs to try and stop this pressure onto the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's easy for even the solo Weaver to defend the tower, right?
Yeah.
There is Bignum now with Sokuchi. It's a huge steal. It allows him to play the game a little bit differently. It's like a not necessarily discount Blink Dagger, but it feels that way, right? It gives you that extra mobility that you sorely need on Rubik.
What else we got going here? Oh, yeah, this is Blink. The Blink reveal of General. Sakuchi not going to be able to get it off in time. Nice play by Navi to find the quick kill, and that's the Blink reveal from General.
Yeah, and now they have Global as well. Solo off of that kill and that minute 10 he gets the level 6. They have Global. They can look to make a move with Blink and Epicenter perhaps. It's coming together for Navi a little bit here, but they're not out of the woods the way I see it yet. They need to start pressuring the map.
Yeah, and you know that's something where you become a little bit more vulnerable if you do that. We mentioned Vtoon has that diffusal blade done. He's unlikely to be showing up to these fights because probably just still gets blown up by the combo of damage that Mind Games have. But it's tough to like make these push plays into an Underlord tower. I think if he's just standing in front of it, it feels very difficult.
I'm surprised. In all reality, they even took the tier 1 on top lane. I feel like Mind Games could have contested that too, but they just decided to defend the mid tier 1 and perhaps pressure it a bit. It's interesting what they're doing. It's interesting that they have these heroes that up to this point were I feel like invincible, but it's no longer the case, and they didn't really utilize that little power spike that they had, or power advantage I should say that they had.
Right.
General, he sees them.
Yeah. Good vision there. Burrow strike to open. FN afterwards got one. Nightmare trying to dodge some stuff. They pull back. 4 heroes in the area, and that's just going to buy some space for Vtoon to take this stack. So Navi starting to move with purpose around this map here.
Yeah, you can think about collapsing on the mid lane. You just have to make sure that Petushara is killable first. Because to take down him, you need to waste everything that you've got, right? You're not killing him. You're not killing him by just pokes. There's Hood of Defiance completed. Hello,
Right. Get away, little bug. They might anticipate that there's a ward up here. Yeah, I think that Slayer knows what's going on. And going to drop it down, bring over the courier. Easy peasy D ward.
Yeah, pretty nice. Also, the positioning of the sentry allows him to scout if the ward is on the stairs, which is another play that you can make.
Right.
Pretty decent ward to have as a weaver, because you can hunt down couriers, you can play behind enemy lines. So they anticipated it very well.
So we mentioned the builds that needed to come out from Mind Games being able to like itemize to deal with this PL. And so far we're seeing BKB on Kunko, which is nice. Like if you get your mana drained on this hero, you're just useless. Oh wait, Epicenter? No, he's not going for it. And then the other one is for the Underlord, trying to get to some AoE stuff as well. And he's kind of just going for a tank up. Do you think that they're going to have what they need to deal with PL around mid game?
I guess you're trying to deal with different problems right now.
Okay.
If you look at PL, he's not necessarily fighting them at all. So they went into items that are helping them versus other heroes that they are a problem at the moment, and then later on they can itemize for PL too.
Okay.
Atos that Petushara is aiming for afterwards, he even has Maelstrom, so he's going for Gleipnir.
Okay.
It kind of helps, right? It kind of helps versus PL. The static charge is pretty nice, and you get some extra catch versus Puck and Weaver.
Yeah, and then you've got like that nice combo of Pit of Malice into Gleipnir afterwards, and Petushara drops down the pit, trying to run away. The Hex is there, the follow-up. They got all the damage in the world. He's dead. Now he's the Dream Coil is solo onto Bignum. Nightmare trying to save him, leashed up in some issues, but does manage to get out. And now the grip solo. Oh, Vtoon though, the jump in. Jesu tries to chase him down, is going to get exploded by General, but they do kill off that PL first. Something, although it's not everything. And now afterwards, the boat. X Torrent trying to run him down. General still live and alive here. Has to back away. And FN hoping to get out, and it looks like he'll be able to, as the last couple members of Mind Games managed to find the finish onto Weaver.
Yeah, he was just a little bit too greedy, going for both the Bane and the Rubik, and under the tier 2 tower.
Right.
They outplay him, sleep him, and then lift him afterwards. Still, Navi, they use their global, they use the Dream Coil, and they did manage to take down this big Underlord, so it can bleed. It's a good sign for them. They now know how to approach every single fight. They did lose the PL, however, but like we said earlier, he's just not tanky with the Diffusal alone. He needs the Manta at least.
Well, in this next fight, if it happens the same way, Seven Jesu's probably not going to die because he just now finishes off that BKB. So that opens up a little bit more of a safety net for Team Mind Games. But again, nothing is free, nothing is secure. Smoke up now comes. This is underneath a ward, though. Great ward placed down earlier by Navi. And Aloha Dance comes in to try and break the smoke. Runs in, breaks it, then they run out. And will they find anybody? Doesn't look like it.
A little bit of a wasted smoke, but maybe they can use it to pressure the tier 1 tower. There's a BKB completed on Luna. And you know that there's no global silent. Well, there is now,
up.
actually. Yep.
Yeah. Just a couple seconds away, so it's back up again.
Yeah, the moment that global silence is back up, I think you have to play the farming game.
Right.
You move back and you just continue defending with the Underlord.
20 seconds away, or 20 gold away from Atos.
No.
X pulls him back in. Hit a Malice afterwards. Manages to get that time lapse off. They're running, looking for more, not going to find it. Silence comes onto Kunkka. Still hanging on to that global if they step too far forward.
Double stun.
Slayer. Nightmare onto Bignum to make sure he doesn't get caught and killed. And now Burrow strikes Solon. They see that there's vision up here. Meanwhile, Coil finds FN. Still has his BKB ready to go. Might need to go for an XTP play here if he wants to stay relevant. And yeah, there he goes.
Petushara uses both the Pit of Malice and Firestorm in case Puck continues and tries to finish off FN. But you can see that both of these teams are very reluctant at making any huge plays. You see the BKBs on one side, on the other the global.
General has to
Maybe
be careful
now.
here. Can't get caught in that pit. Can't burrow afterwards if he does come in. B-Tune now running. No one jumps forward. They're still hanging on to the BKBs. Have them on both the Luna and the Kunkka. And it doesn't look like they're going to need them. They'll just back out and head out of here.
Not the tier 1 taken. Looking pretty free. And Navi a bit reluctant to fight because Vitune was literally 50 gold away from Manta.
Yeah.
Now with that Manta style, you can perhaps opt to go for a kill.
Well, and it's so interesting, right? Like that 50 gold is the difference between that tier 1 tower being down or maybe not being down. And
Yep, it's true. They see Slayer, but yeah, they're just so passive this time around on the side of Navi in comparison to that first game when they were
Right.
just zipping in and out, getting kills.
Well, and you have to be wary of the potential now of this Petushara Underlord, Pit of Malice into Atos, into Pit of Malice again, but down bottom, they find an opening. That Burrow Strike, Aloha Dance forced to pop ulti. And now, Mind Games walk in, take the tier 1, and they're going to look to try and defend the tier 1 mid as well. General's back in the trees. Got to be careful. Burrow Strike to open now, finding him, hoping to find it. No, but there's the turnaround. Global Silence comes out afterwards. They have the coil onto 2, and Petushara going to fall. Then Jesu comes in a little bit late, does have that BKB, turns, wants to fight. The grip, it's enough, not quite to kill off Solo. V-Tune finds a triple through all of this, and nobody on Navi has died with BKBs running short. You got to be careful. They still have boat available. Silence, FN trying to back out of there. Meanwhile, Jesu trying to get to the tier 2 tower. They have the Spirit Vessel on him. The bug as well. They're hitting hard. Is it going to be enough, though? It's enough. They take him down. V-Tune on this PL absolutely owning.
A peculiar mistake coming from Mind Games because they were pushing bottom, right? They showed themselves. Because of that, of course this Underlord is alone mid. Of course there isn't 5 heroes there to protect him. So Navi just go ham, and one extra thing from Mind Game is they try to protect him even versus the global. Like, it's just so difficult to make that fight work for Mind Games. I feel like it would fail 9 out of 10 times. You're TPing in 1 by 1 and you're TPing into a global. It just gives enough time for Navi to respond. The grip was on no one. It didn't matter. He had a regen rune. He regens back up afterwards and just chases Luna to her death to they have to be careful how they pick their fights. Like, best time would be now, actually, like after the global is used.
Right. Well, and that's, you know, the thing that's sort of weird is that it feels much more like Mind Games just want to delay, as opposed to like, and part of that delay was like waiting for the pressure to come from Navi, but that means Navi's always going to be in a better position to fight because they're initiating on you. So yeah, a little bit of questionable things. If there's one good part right now for Mind Games, is that this tier 1 tower still lives, and we are going to be seeing a Radiance out from Kunkka, and FN needs a little while to finish that off.
Yeah, they're itemizing now for the PL as well, defending the tier 1, but damn, Navi with an instant smoke as global is back up. They're just playing on their cooldowns.
Rubik has a mech once again to position to heal him up. Pops it now, but not gonna stop the pressure that's coming in. Spirit Vessel, pretty good up against mech. Torrent afterwards gonna connect onto a couple of those illusions, but Mind Games, they lose that tier 1 tower mid.
Yeah, that Underlord, after being killed off like how many, 4 times now in global, is queuing up a BKB.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a selfish item, but then again, if he's dead, he's no use, right, to anyone. Helps
True.
out. Maybe a Lotus Orb would have been kind of more to this utility position 3 style, but BKB works.
Yeah. Smoke up. This one wasn't scouted, but they're heading down to where Aloha Dance is. This is not the best kill for them to get, but they might just have to take it. Pink pings? No,
Can they even scout? Yeah. If he goes in, oh.
Yeah, that hurts. Wait, finding?
Dust.
Okay. Oh, time lapse. Tries to get out. Oh my god, he's away. Dude, the Aloha Dance is good.
Yeah, instantly after the dust, he time lapsed. It gets the dust off and then Sukuchi into TP. I feel like if Kunkka didn't hit that creep wave for 1 more second, I saw it in the wave. I saw it in his little legs. He was about to Sukuchi in, and if he did, he would have died.
Man, crazy stuff. Well, General feeling good about himself. Pump faking the ulti. Likes the sound of it. How close are we to this BKB? He's still about, what, 1,600 gold away from Underlord getting BKB done. We also have the Chrysalis and then afterwards the Shard for Luna, which is a really nice combo. But Roche is going down. It is very slow.
It is very slow. You're playing with PL, right? This hero doesn't dish out that much damage, but you have a Solar Crest on Silencer, and you have the Swarm on Weavers. So it's still gonna fall fairly fast. And Mind Games, I'm not surprised, because this game so far, they haven't made a play. A successful one, at least.
Coil gonna connect. They have BKB afterwards if they want to use it. Atos, a lot of control. But do they have anything else after the fact? No one. It's out of there. Slayer dead to Vtune. They're just blowing up the backlines here. You got to be careful. Looking for more now. They find one. Jesu gonna pop BKB. Oh, the global comes right afterwards, so no Eclipse to follow. And now trying to retreat to get away. Burrow strike through onto 2. Not bad at all. Oh man, Navi, they came to play after a disappointing game number 1 and are looking so solid right now against Mind Games.
I'm surprised by Mind Games and the way they're playing the game. Ever since that first death on the Underlord, they truly haven't tried to make a move. You can argue that their heroes are a little bit slower, and it's harder for them to make plays, right? They don't have this Puck or Sand King with a Blink Dagger, but you have to... The Sukuchi on Rubik was perhaps good enough to try and do something. Try and play on the enemy side of the map. They're just waiting. They're waiting constantly for their item timings. But the more you wait, the further you fall behind. Weaver.
Yes,
It
time
should be a
lapse.
kill.
Torrent to open, lift afterwards, and Slayer secures the finish. FN does also have that Radiance, but we are looking at Heart PL, and that is a little bit more terrifying.
Oh, he has a... Okay, I see. He has a heart completed, alright.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one, Lizard. That's toughy.
Their two supports, the moment global hits, can't really help themselves. There's no Lotus Orbs, no Yules. Bignum, he might get Greaves eventually, I guess, as he has Arcanes and Mech, but that's very far away.
Right.
So, global is back up again in 10 seconds, and it's going to rhyme, I believe, once more. Navi will go win, global silence, and win a team fight.
Do you think it'd be worth it for Rubik to actually just finish Greaves right now? I think he just about has enough gold for it.
Well, with the blink, they have a different way of playing the fights, right?
Okay. Got
Bane is dead,
Oh!
or maybe not.
Oh, that would have been cool. That was almost nice.
Yeah, 10 perma-int on Silencer. But yeah, almost survives with that Shadow Amulet play.
Nice play over there as well. They got a Rubik lift on PL so he doesn't finish the outpost before the minute mark. A little bit of extra XP. Gotta find things when you can.
And that's the Blink Dagger now on Bignum. So maybe you can try and kill off someone like a Puck if you catch him.
Right.
Oh, look at this, like he just forced a BKB on a
Yeah.
position 2 and he's a position 4 Weaver.
That was
And
his first BKB charge.
And he had to, right? Because if he doesn't BKB, there's Yules on him. Aloha Dance itemized in a Yule, so he's going to prevent you from TPing away.
That's super annoying.
Did you see this build, by the way, with the Yules on Weaver? It's pretty popular in Eastern Europe. Like,
I haven't actually. Oh yeah, I have actually.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen it once or twice.
yeah. It's an interesting one, interesting approach. I guess if you have someone else that builds a Solar Crest, you can go for that Yule's utility.
Yeah, really nice against the Kunkka as well.
And the Bane
Yeah.
as well, right? Like,
True. Grip. Gets
There we
Yules lifted. Now, gotta be careful. Boat comes in afterwards. Global is out, but General pops his BKB because he has that item. Now trying to turn, looking to get a kill. B-Tune walks back in. Caught there for the root in the moment, and gonna run through that Aegis if he's not careful. Wait, goes back in. Round 2 of this one. Why not? Another root, another hit. B-Tune dead, and no one also in trouble. So they walk into Mind Games and get punished pretty hard, as they're gonna lose 2 for 2, but Luna going down, that one hurts. And now there really isn't a great answer. FN, he has already used his BKB, tries to TP out, but the Yules is there. Aloha Dance knows what he needs to do, trying to get back home and get away. But Petushara, he just went to the tier 4. Oh, that's not the way that's supposed to go. Oh no.
do you continue pushing now? You have creeps coming, and
I think
there's no
so.
one else. Yeah, you do, of course. There's no one else but Rubik, so just go straight for the tier 3. One good thing for Mind Games is PL was never the best tower and objective taker, so it's gonna take him a while. It's going to be only one side at maximum because the tier 2s are also standing. By the way Navi fought, the way they started the fight was brilliant. They dangled the silencer in front.
Right.
And if you're Mind Games, that's the best possible target you can kill off instantly. Like,
Right.
that's the dream, right? If you kill him, your whole fight is just so much easier. But Weaver was there, he breaks the grip with Yule's Scepter, then you have Global straight after, and the fight is just too simple for Navi.
Far too simple. Root comes out, can't quite connect afterwards, but yeah, every little moment that they have, it's this game is getting further and further out of their control. 12k gold, and to think how well this started for Mind Games in this series and how dominant they were in that game number 1. The last 2, it just looked like a completely different team. Navi woke up.
They looked even like the better team, I would say, in that game 1. Game 2
Yeah.
was a little bit of an, I would argue, a better draft from Navi. But this game 3, I think Mind Games are definitely not utilizing their strengths. Like the main points of this draft that they're having and the weaknesses of Navi, they're not punishing at all. Every single fight so far was on Navi's terms. Every single one. There wasn't a single fight without a global being used by Navi.
Yeah. Well, right now they're stuck in their base. It is only 1 racks down, but it has that type of feeling where you just need so much out of Mind Games. Is PL going for a butterfly next? No, he's actually just going for BKB. Try and deal with the Radiance Burn annoyingness as Slayer going to get whittled down bit by bit until eventually they bring out the Sentry Ward, and well, he's going to drop now.
That PL that you called going for BKB, he has a Skadi after the heart completed.
Oh man.
Yeah, like butterfly, and it's the ultimate item slots, right? You have the Skadi, you have the heart, and you have the butterfly. Like those three massive items later on in the game. Everything is there. But BKB helps him versus the Underlord. I feel like that's the only way they kill him. Firestorm and Pit of Malice.
Right. General, BKB trying to get in there, but look at the damage. Dessa or Daedalus still doing a lot, and that's TP away. Oh, Jesse almost got that kill onto General, but it wasn't meant to be.
Okay. One thing that they got from that is the global used.
Okay.
And the problem is 7jetsu used the BKB. So maybe in about 60 seconds, 50 seconds, you can smoke up, go for a kill while the global is still down. You have 30-40 seconds of a leeway. I'm sure these players are writing down global and the timings, so they should know.
They have left on Kunkka. He's got the spider legs and then also Halberd coming out right now. God, Aloha Dance has just been the standout performer so far for me. I mean, oh, wait, Grip.
Nice call.
Yep, immediately cast a curse and away. Yeah, they're fine. Yule Scepter came out. FN gonna pop BKB and just needs to try and TP away. Poor Slayer. Poor Slayer. And immediately smoke. Oh man, they're going.
Yeah, they want to rush top, but there's still this tier 2 on the bottom lane. Puck is the only one showing because he has travels.
Right.
So he can easily connect them on that top. Petushara might be the one caught. It's hard to kill him though. He has the BKB TP out.
Yeah. They're also looking for a fight maybe down bottom. Burrow Strike from Bignum. Torn afterwards with the lift, trying to kill. Will it be enough? No. Gets out, and General jumps back in, blows up Bignum. Still a ton of damage out there on the side. Yule Scepter and walk in. One more hit would have been enough. General lives on 60 HP. Oh, man.
Nice try from Luna using the shard, right? Like he used it.
Yeah.
I believe it crit on General as well, but he's just a tiny little bit too tanky. Man, this chipped West, this level 1 item that he's carrying, level 1 neutral item doing some serious work for him.
I know, that extra regen, it's important. I mean, he's got a lot of other things he could get, but opting for the chip West.
Chipped West, man, that's it. I mean, General is always interesting when it comes to the item builds. He is the player that started the 4 bracers clockwork.
Right.
So, sometimes 5 bracers, sometimes 6.
Almost got some 6 sounds excessive to me, I'm not gonna lie.
He's that kind of a guy, you know.
Yeah. It's fair. It's a good item. No? We need more of them in the lives.
It was a really good item. Right now it's a solid one, not as strong as back in the day, but still very strong. The high ground push is not that simple, not that easy. Now that the Gleipnir is completed, Pit of Malice. Is there a BKB on PL? Not yet.
Okay. Maybe an opening here. And they're going to run into him. B-Tune gets caught right there. X pulls him back in. Okay. Maybe even more of a chance, but they get the global out afterwards. V-Tune tries to escape. A couple more punches is all they need, and they kill him. All right. Can they find any more? Solo's like, all right, I'm going to give up my life for the cause. This is Roche also up and available.
This is amazing for them. Aloha Dance is trying to split bottom lane. It's his... he's baiting himself, right? He's trying to make them go. Yeah, and I don't think they go for him. I think he goes straight for the pit.
Bignum is coming back to try and defend against this. They have buyback on PL. God, do you use buyback right here? This is a little bit scary. If things go south. Oh, General jumps in.
no.
Luna almost all the way dead and gone. But they have to buy back on her. Gonna try and get into this fight. Pedushara living for a second. General has so often been the person making the kills happen. A triple kill for him. Salvaging the game and making sure, well, not salvaging, they're way far ahead, but making sure that PL doesn't have to buy back at the very least.
No, that's a salvage because with the Aegis, he goes in again.
Oh my god. Dude, General, what a monster. What an absolute monster. Sevajesu taking a ton of damage. The boat goes out. And PL almost up again. 30 seconds. Can they have to get something here.
I really thought that this was a huge opportunity for them, for Dire. I thought they are making a comeback. But man, General and no one. That Puck dished out a ton of damage in these fights.
Yeah.
Completely defending Roshan without a single buyback used on their side. Saving V-Tunes. Like, PL is extremely happy now. They can go into the pit, they can finish it off.
Damn.
That's a really solid plays from Navi.
Yeah. I think that's the most impressive thing I've seen from them so far today. Like, yeah, they played really well in that other game, but like the presence of mind to like hold off, realize, okay, we can defend this. We don't have to like overreact or overcommit, and just understanding the situation the game was in. General always hunting, always searching. Ooh, almost there. Spots him at the end, but can't get the Yules from the Weaver. Slayer pulling the chappy. Love to see it. And TP's out. Oh, yep, that's the one. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, goes down.
Just a random sleep. And then you get punished for it.
That's the like low reward, high risk play. But you gotta get
extremely,
something.
Yeah, extremely low reward. But maybe you have that psychological play. You know, you make them angry at least. There's something, even though you don't have buyback, and you might be needed to defend your high ground here.
Oh no, Pedushara down low, does have that Gleipnir ready. Where do they go from here? Oh, they get the courier kill off the loosened beam hit. Nice.
V-Tune has a Basher now as well, so the BKBs are a little bit weaker.
BKB used from Pedushara. Oh, well done. Well done. Baiting out everything. And Navi get the racks. And they didn't have to commit a thing for it. And now going in towards mid.
Smoking up as well.
Okay.
Look what they're doing. They're trying to catch Pedushara. And I think they just might. If he shows himself, if he uses this Firestorm, they will see him. And he uses the ulti instantly.
He's out of there. Look at this guy. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but does it help a lot? You still have creeps coming from the top lane, right?
You know, I don't know if anything helps a lot, Lizard. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a rough one. No one, though, does end up popping the BKB. Tries to run out of their V-Tune. Turning now onto FN. Trying to drain that mana. Jesu just doesn't really have a great way to deal with this. The Burrow Strike in Bigdom gets blown up in a second. Mind Games do not want to lose this game. Again, they're trying to stave off elimination from Division 1. But right now, Navi looking to try and close this game out. FN gets Burrow struck, gets killed off here, most likely. Maybe not. Okay, BKB and out. That's a bit of a win, but Pedushara is definitely in some trouble as they will run him down. Sebajesu, Eclipse off the mark, not going to be able to do quite enough damage, and General again with the double kill. Finds the kills, they give him the tip. V-Tune appreciate what his offlaner is doing. And with no buybacks left, that should just about do it here, barring an absolute miracle. As they run in for more. Oh, Aloha Dance also dropping low. No time-lapse available, but jumps through the other side. Will eventually go down. General Yule Scepter. Is he actually going to live here? No way. Yeah, he goes down also. 2 minutes on the sidelines. They're diving into the fountain. Navi are going to win this game as Mind Games eventually call it good. and they closed the game out. I wasn't expecting that after that game number 1. Impressive showing from Navi.
Yeah, impressive comeback. Like the game 1 was a beatdown, so managing to come back the way they did is pretty impressive. This last game though, I feel like Mind Games were the ones kind of, maybe not all there in the game, not having a complete vision of what they're supposed to be doing. I didn't mind the itemization. I just minded the fact that they were constantly waiting for that next item. Like, even if you're itemizing correctly versus PL, if you're not making any plays at the same time, if you're not making moves, Navi will capitalize on that. And they did. Every single global was a one team fight for them and an objective taken. So really well played by Navi, Mind Games. Back to the drawing table.
Back to the drawing table. And yeah, I'll just give right now a shout out for my MVP, at least, General. And it's really cool to see, like, throughout those last couple games, like VTune, No One, General, all those cores popping off at various times. So hoping to see a second half of the season run from Navi. It'd be pretty cool if they're able to do it. But for now, I think that's going to do it for them and their series throughout this first run of the DPC. And also for us, we're going to head to a quick break. When we get back, we're going to break down all the action with the panel and hopefully get an interview as well. See y'all then.